Global TV News Express. Senate draws battle lines over Natasha's return. In business, federal government to train 10,000 artisans in housing intervention. And on the foreign scene, ceasefire agreements between Kinshasa and M23 revives hope for lasting peace in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. In sport, the Flying Eagles reach West African Football Union B Boys Cup final. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Ramsey Enoch. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. The Senate has won the suspended lawmaker representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Addo, to desist from forcefully resuming her legislative duties on Tuesday. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Yemi Adaramodu, gave the warning in a statement issued while insisting that no valid court order mandated her immediate recall, adding that the Senate remain committed to due process and the rule of law. The House of Representatives has described the ongoing constitutional amendment process as a vital step towards promoting national unity and addressing decades of marginalization, particularly among Nigerians' diverse ethnic nationalities. Anwiete Patrick reports.
The Southeast Zonal Public Hearing on the review of Nigerians' 1999 Constitution Zone A held in Enugu brought together key stakeholders from Enugu, Ebonyi, and Anambra states. Chairing the session, Deputy Minority Whip of the House of Representatives, Honorable George Azudinobi, described the process as a historic opportunity to rebuild trust and foster national cohesion through inclusive constitutional reforms.
Suggestions as to how our institutions are threatened, that no one individual or group becomes stronger than our institution. The emphasis must be made here that the foundation for the unity of this great nation lies on how seriously we handle this national assignment.
In his contribution, Speaker of the Ebonyi State House of Assembly, Honorable Moses Odunwa, emphasized the need to create an additional state in the Southeast to correct what he called the imbalance in state distribution across the geopolitical zones.
Let us be giving one additional state. If we are giving one additional state, then if other states are being added to the geopolitical zones, then we will still be demanding for more of our own.
The Constitution Review Committee disclosed that it has so far received 46 requests for state creation and 117 for new local government areas nationwide. The public hearing also recorded strong support for the proposed bill on special legislative seats aimed at improving representation for women and marginalized groups.
When you look at the constitution and the countries across Africa, you will discover that Nigeria is at the last ladder of female political representation in the parliament.
That there is a sinister plan to remove minimum wage from the exclusive list to concurrent list. We see it as an affront on Nigerian workers.
As constitutional hearings continue across other zones, Nigerians are being urged to stay engaged in shaping a more just and inclusive nation. Anwiete Patrick, Global Television News.
Imo State Governor Senator Hope Uzodinma has called for bold constitutional reform to correct regional imbalance and strengthen Nigeria's unity. He made this known at the zonal public hearing on the Constitution Review for Imo and Abia States. Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports.
The hearing in Owerri, organized by the 10th House of Representatives, brought together key stakeholders and community leaders. Governor Zadima listed 4 main demands: new state for the Southeast, recognition of place of birth for indigenship, rotation of presidency among Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones, and the creation of state police to improve local security.
For the constitutional entrenchment of rotational presidency, the rotational presidency not along the ambiguous north and the south divide. Since we have 6 geopolitical zones, it should be included into our constitution.
In his welcome address, Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who chairs the House Committee on Constitution Review, urged citizens to share ideas that will help build a stronger and fairer nation.
Let us remember, constitutional reform is not an event, but a process. The bills we debate today will be debated in parliamentary plenary, harmonized with the Senate, and transmitted to the state houses of assembly for final approval. Only with your continuous engagement, your vigilance, your advocacy, can we ensure that these reforms are not just passed, but implemented.
Representing the Abia Governor, Deputy Governor Ikechukwu Emeto said, Abia does not see the need for a new state, but wants the existing ones to work better for the people.
If the 2023 governorship election was conducted with the template used in magically find independent sources of financing the new states outside what currently exists, I do not share the optimism of those promoting the idea of adding new states to the current 36 states structure.
Civil rights advocate Chris Uche summarized 86 bills before the committee, covering local government autonomy, devolution of power, electoral reforms, and stronger human rights protection.
The legislative efforts to address governance challenges, promote inclusivity, and enhance administrative efficiency in Nigeria.
Labor unions, the TUC, and the civil society groups also presented fresh recommendations for equity and grassroots development. The Deputy Speaker assured that all contributions will guide the 10th House of Representatives as it works to amend the 1999 Constitution to reflect the hopes of Nigerians. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe reporting for Global TV News.
In a related development, stakeholders in the Southwest have renewed calls for constitutional reforms, advocating true federalism, state policing, and the devolution of power. The demand were made during the Southwest Zonal Public Hearing on the review of Nigeria's 1999 Constitution held in Lagos. Aniete Patrick reports.
Calls for a more equitable and secure Nigeria echoed across the Southwest as stakeholders from Lagos, Ogun, and Oyo states gathered in Lagos for the Constitution Review public hearing. Organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review, the session focused on pressing regional concerns, including the need to entrench true federalism and devolve more powers to the states. Representing Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat stressed the urgent need for state police to tackle rising insecurity at the grassroots.
So as we embark on this very critical process of reviewing the Constitution, we must know that it will not be an easy task. And it shouldn't be, because we are all different, from southwest to northeast, so we have different realities. But we must be guided by the principle of inclusiveness, equity, and justice. It is crucial that we listen to everyone, men, women, young, and old.
Also lending his voice, Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Honorable Oludaisi Olusegun Elemide, called for constitutional recognition of traditional rulers for their role in local governance and conflict resolution.
We stand by giving our traditional rulers roles in governance. We stand by that.
Civil society groups and public figures, including veteran actress Joke Silva, advocated increased women's representation in politics and leadership positions.
With due respect is when we have the other 50% of the nation in decision-making positions.
Chairman of the Constitution Review Committee for the Southwest Zonal Center A, Honorable Ibrahim Isiaka, assured participants of the committee's commitment to fairness, inclusiveness, and transparency throughout the review process.
We are dedicated to ensuring that this process is transparent and that all stakeholders remain informed and engaged every step of the way.
Despite the complexities of constitutional amendments, participants say now is the time to prioritize justice and restructure the system to reflect Nigerians' current realities. Aniette Patrick, Global Television News.
Bayelsa State has called for creation of 25 additional local government areas to increase the number of councils in the state from 8 to 33. The request was made by the state's Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Bariyai Dambo, at a public hearing of the House of Representative Committee on the review of the 1999 Constitution held at DSP Alamesia Banquet Hall, Yenagoa, the state capital. Dambo hinted Bayelsa's demand on the fact that the current 8 local government areas are overstretched, with some hosting over 150 communities. Nasir Halodu Dano, the Sardauna Dutse, has called for a special prayer session in honor of late Nigeria's former President Muhammadu Buhari. The special prayer was held at Ansaruddin Mosque in Abuja, where Muslim faithful gathered to pray for the repose of the soul of the former Army General, bringing together religious leaders, government dignitaries and members of the public. Kabir Hassan was there for Global Television.
The Ansaruddin Mosque become a sacred ground of remembrance as Nigeria continues to mourn the passing of the former President Muhammadu Buhari. The prayer session was more than symbolic as the mosque completed the full recitation of the Holy Quran in his honor, a spiritual offering deeply rooted in Islamic traditions. As worshippers and dignitaries filled the mosque's heads bowed, voice united in prayers asking for forgiveness, peace and eternal rest for the late former leader. Beyond the religious rites, the gathering was a moment of reflection on Buhari's legacy, leadership and fleeting nature of power. The session was marked by deep spiritual and national reflection. Religious leaders led the congregation in prayer for forgiveness, mercy, and eternal peace for the late former president. The late ex-president's legacy, leadership, and impacts on the nations were a key theme during the prayer session, with calls for unity and righteous leadership across the country. Among those present were notable Islamic clerics and government representatives, and all paying their respects in quiet dignity.
This is the 100th day of the night, this without prayer for our father, General Muhammadu Buhari. May Allah send our father and the President. May Allah forgive our father. Bismillah, Allah, once again. Bismillah, Rahman, Rahim. Allahu Samad.
Dignitaries took turn offering words of condolence, recalling former President Buhari's discipline, leadership and style, and praying for peace across the nation he once led.
all its levels, the levels of military, through all the leadership, even at the president's meetings, they have this country and of course, two and a half years after, you know, it's like, so the father as a mentor, as a leader, and this is a man who is globally respected in all standards. The leader, so Nigeria have lost a leader, Nigeria have lost a father, Nigeria have lost one of the most favorite men in terms of integrity, in terms of globally as well as life. So I've lost a father and mentor. So that's why we have to go to this.
Heartfelt message, his wife Aisha Buhari, represented by Sadia Umar Farouk, former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, urged Nigerians to continue praying for her late husband, asking that his soul to be remembered with kindness and unity. As Nigerians continue to hold prayer session across different states, today's event at Ansar-ud-Din Mosque reaffirms the nation's respect for the life and times of late Muhammad Buhari.
Who has traveled all the way from Abuja to Kabra, and all the enemies, and those who went through has been putting through a big way. They allow the word every one of you. Allah answer all of prayer. So
Hassan Kabir reporting for Global TV News.
Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to revitalizing the healthcare sector with the commissioning of a newly renovated nursing complex of the State College of Nursing Science in Gusau. The project, completed under the Dauda Cares 2025 initiative, is aimed at strengthening health education and building a resilient health system in the state. Mukhtar Kashim has details.
The healthcare sector in Zamfara State has faced years of neglect, marked by inadequate infrastructure, poor funding and a shortage of medical personnel. In response, Governor Dauda Lawal declared a state of emergency in the sector shortly after assuming office, pledging massive investment in health infrastructure and human capital development. In his remarks, the governor emphasized that the College of Nursing Science has played a vital role in the development of nursing and midwifery manpower in the state. He reiterated his administration's resolve to build the state healthcare architecture by investing in institutions that train essential health workers.
We are determined to build a resilient healthcare system by investing in the institutions that produce our workforce. In this regard, therefore, we embark on this ambitious renovation and upgrade project, one that will restore the dignity of this institution and reignite the hopes of its students.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Zamfara State, Bashir Surajo, says the commissioning of the upgraded nursing college at Zamfara State College of Nursing Science is part of efforts to reposition health institutions across the state. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Bashir Surajo Gusau, who represented the Health Commissioner, noted that the upgraded facility will greatly enhance the training capacity of the college and improve the quality of healthcare delivery in Zamfara State.
Your Excellency, sir, the institution has benefited tremendously from your robust and ambitious rescue mission. And still, we congregated again to witness the commissioning of another gigantic determination proven.
The renovation of the nursing complex forms part of the Dauda Cares 2025 agenda, an initiative focused on health, education and infrastructure development for a better Zamfara State. Mukhtar Kasim, reporting for Global Television.
The five-man disciplinary committee constituted by the Social Democratic Party National Working Committee to investigate the suspended chairman of the party, Sheikh Musa Gaban, on the alleged misappropriation of the party's fund has submitted its report. The committee is headed by retired Vice Marshal Sadiq Abubakar Lima. Topsy Gimba has more.
The chairman of the committee, Air Vice Marshal Sadiq Abubakar Liman, retired, said in line with the tax and terms of reference, the committee commenced sitting immediately to meet up with the 14 days deadline. The retired Air Vice Marshal officer told the members of the National Working Committee of the party that external auditors were also invited in the interest of natural justice and fair hearing. He revealed that only suspended national auditor honored the invitation amongst the three allegedly accused persons.
It is noteworthy that it is only suspended national auditor that honored the invitation amongst the three allegedly accused persons. While among the National Audit Committee members, only the National Organizing Secretary vehemently refused to honor the committee's invitation.
The chairman says, in spite of some of them refusing to honor the committee's invitation, he went ahead to suggest far-reaching decisions to reposition the party.
It is safe to state that the committee obtained sufficient evidence from the statements of all those that appeared before it.
With the report of the investigation now submitted, party supporters are anxious waiting to see the next action to be taken against the embattled chairman Sheikh Musa Gaban and the two others. Topsy Gimba reporting for Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, we'll bring you more details. Stay with us. Welcome back now to the world of business, where the federal government, through the National Artisan Skills Acquisition Program, is planning to train certified 10,000 artisans annually, aimed at creating a steady pipeline of skilled professionals to meet the demands of Nigerian growing housing sector. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, made the presentation of the program to stakeholders at the 6th National Council on Skills, chaired by the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, at the Presidential Villa recently in Abuja. Dangiwa explained that the program is a vision, a digital craft hub, and an Uber for artisans that will make it easy to find verified construction workers, just like booking a ride, describing it as a flagship intervention designed to deliver practical, market-ready skills to youth and raise the standard of housing delivery across the country. And now let's take you to the foreign scene. And on the foreign scene, a long-awaited breeze of hope is emerging in the democratic eastern part of Congo after years of violence and displacement of countless citizens. A principal agreement has been signed between the Congolese government and the M23 rebel movement, often accused of receiving support from Rwanda. The accord signed in Doha under the mediation of Qatar commits both parties to protecting civilians while fully representing the territorial sovereignty of the Democratic Republic of Congo. In Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, which has been under M23 control since January, the announcement has sparked a cautious but genuine signs of optimism. The agreement includes a permanent ceasefire and explicitly bans and military attacks, area bombardment or territorial advances for many residents. The announcement brings both relief and skepticism. Now let's quickly take you through the world of sport, where June 20 each year is set aside for the commemoration of the International Chess Day, a global celebration of one of the world's oldest and most strategic games. Here in Nigeria, the chess community has marked the occasion with a strong focus on youth development and national representation. Agnete Patrick reports from where players, enthusiasts and stakeholders gathered in honor of rising star Tosin Olisa.
Every July 20th, the world celebrates International Chess Day, commemorating the founding of the International Chess Federation FIDE in 1924. In Nigeria, the day was marked with the Abuja Elite Chess Meetup, hosted by Chess for Social Impact in collaboration with the Nigerian Chess Federation. The event doubled as a send-off for Tosin Olisa, Nigeria's representative to the prestigious Africa FIDE Grand Swiss Championship.
Talent can only be identified when there are events. There are a lot of talent that are rotting somewhere in village and the rest of it. But we believe by the time we take the game of chess to the nooks and crannies of this part of Nigeria, one day we'll also reach that point where we'll have a grandmaster.
From mentorship to mental discipline, organizers say chess offers more than competition. It builds character, strategic thinking, and focus in young people.
This event is not like the regular event. We are also supporting one of our players, Tosin Olisa, who is going to represent Africa in FIDE Grand Swiss. So this is like we are doing a fundraising program for him alongside this tournament.
I feel very happy when I see young talent like Tosin, because in Nigeria, as we say now, it's to discover a talent like this is very difficult. So whenever we see one, we try as much as possible to be there for them, appreciate them, support them in any way we can.
For Tosin Olisa and fellow young players like Ivie Uretu and Brian Okoye, chess is more than a game. It's a personal journey that's already shaping their future.
It's a major step in preparation for the FIDE Grand Swiss and the FIDE World Cup later this year, because it's more of like a fundraiser and more of exposure for me in this particular event. So there's a side attraction, which is a tournament happening right now with 2 rounds played, and I've won both games and I hope to finish strong.
I like chess because it teaches me to have a strategy, it teaches me to have a plan A and a plan B, it teaches me how to be focused, it teaches me how to think like my opponent, and it teaches me how to see the big picture.
Chess really helps. I think chess helps me when it comes to critical thinking, and it helps me not to make like hasty decisions, because it helps me think. It helps me think before making decisions, not just making decisions hastily.
Backed by sponsors from housing, travel, and hospitality sectors, including a growing community of chess-friendly coffee shops, the tournament received wide support and gave chess in Nigeria the much-needed visibility.
Like I said earlier on, Cafe One is big on partnerships and community. We want to ensure that more than just providing premium coffee to our customers, we are also trying to make sure that Nigeria is a better place for everyone.
As part of our support in order to promote chess worldwide, from London Travels, we are offering a free visa to Egypt to the winner of this event as our support, because we are looking for a place where in the future we have chess players making name for Nigeria in the world.
We at ProGloid Realtors.
That's it on Global TV News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Thanks for watching.